Right, welcome back to the final session of KTN News Morning Express. The reason I say I'm laughing, I have the craziest team here. If you want your day to end in a crazy note, in a good way, you need to be watching Morning Express every day, Monday to Friday. And of course, Friday, it's an easy Friday. And the final segment, of course, the entertainment segment. CG, do people even really need introduction?
How are you doing?
When does oh my God.
What do you want to You want to call us what, like the four thugs or something? Or the
you guys don't need introduction.
Or the Quagmire Quartet.
Lakini wacha ni sasa ndio mufilm uko nyumbani. Mufilm uko nyumbani. Wacha ni wa introduce.
That accent sounds like Luya, Indian, and something else.
Unajua nitakuita na jina hutaki. Nitakuita na jina yenye hutaki.
Okay. Oh, no. No.
Smita is a columnist.
Yes.
But wacha tunipite na hiyo jina.
No.
Wewe inanifurahisha tu.
No. My name is Smita, and this is our host. This is the great Queenie. No, we are taking over the show. We are going to behave like that. So this is Queenie. Next to Smita is Queenie. Yeah, she's an editor in the Nairobian. After that is Stevens Mwendo. Yeah, is an editor of both Pulse and the newest
we'll talk about it
magazine in town.
We'll talk about it,
which we'll talk about later. Yeah, there's someone talking on my left. I don't know who this is. Lastly, there's a fantastic writer across the board, starting with the Nairobian, but many other products, and her name is Chatbuoyo. Yeah. Thank you, Smith. Yes.
Yani, after kufanya introduction yote,
yes.
Unataka mdosi wangu anaambia tu you can no longer do your job.
No.
Alafu kuna mtu mmoja amekosea title.
Yes.
Yes. Unaweza introduce kama Nairobian editor. Is standard.
Okay. So,
you see, stick to your job.
Yes.
Let me just take over. Stick to your job.
Yeah.
Let's now go to the hot topics. Nakwambia time is not on our side. Right. Let's go to the hot topics.
Kabisa.
Na sasa ya kwanza ni watu wenye wanataka weed ikuwe legalized. Do you use weed, Queen? Venye umeanza tu zile za.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring it. I mean, Octopizzo wants weed to be legal. And so many Kenyans are in support of that.
Yeah, I have a friend called John Ochola. He's a lawyer, but he's written an entire book. Again, it's called The Legalization of Cannabis. And I think I should bring him to be a guest here, because he seems to be a very...
First of all, do you agree?
No, I think weed makes people stupid. When you drink, you can think. But the more weed you smoke, I watch people, they sort of, become like slow and stuff. What do you want to take substances?
Okay.
Like I hate it when my dreads people mistake us for.
When you do.
Yeah, like people think like I'm into weed because of course ras. Like
is it because of the weed or because? Okay, let me leave it at that point. Let me leave it at that point.
That in this panel we are law-abiding citizens. We do not consume.
No. Why are you saying in this panel? How don't get about that way?
Because I know them.
We are a team.
Oh, you're a team.
Yes,
so you talk on their behalf.
And I was elected to be the spokesperson. We are law-abiding citizens. We only consume things that are legal, like tea
or like
coffee.
Tea. But coffee is also a drug.
But it is legal. Yes, so those are the only things we consume. And it is funny that Octopizzo is actually fighting for the legalization of weed. But just like Smita has put it, weed, you only get to know how bad it is when someone is addicted. Yes. We have seen cases of young girls and young boys who cannot function anymore because they are addicted to weed. You see, the people who take it, they can control it, even though it is legal. But the moment you get to the point where you are hooked to the drug, you're finished. There's nothing else you can do. You can't function. Yeah. So I don't think it should be legalized.
Yeah, I know.
No. In terms of the consumption, we do not. No, we do not.
You do not.
We are teetotalers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you just send that smile, like say something like you have ever tried that. I know many people are two experiment went back in college or school, tried to do such things. And the truth is, very many young people in this country, as illegal as this may sound, or be, I know that guys have been pushing for legalize it and all that. And I know this is coming from Octopizzo talking about this week. When
he's a guy of influence, by the way.
And he had a lot of argument around it, saying that Kibera, number 9, this would create jobs for people and all that. He had many arguments that weed could be like ugali. I mean, all that. To me, I think the voices are there because many other countries are trying to have this kind of conversation. And, some of them we have seen partially legalize it. But the question is, as you do that, what is the motive behind all this? And really, do we need this in a society?
And I'm also wondering, because I've told you he's a person of influence.
Yes, he is.
And I mean, when he says that, there's so many people who follow him, young people, and they'll be like, yeah,
why
like inukweli, and they'll be like, for you to push for that, are you using? Okay, I'm not saying that I don't know that he uses or not. I don't know. I'm not saying he uses.
Of course he uses. Why would you be so passionate?
No, Smita, that is the point. No. I say sentiments
by
Smita do not represent the sentiments.
No. Let's not pretend.
I don't know whether he uses it or not.
No, I'm sure he uses it.
Can you substantiate that?
Yes, no, we are not in a court of law.
No.
You don't go to spread Christianity if you are an atheist.
Okay.
After you leave England, you come to Africa.
Those are the sentiments of Smita.
Yes.
What I was saying is, I don't know that he uses it or not. But for him to say that, it means young people will be asking, like, do you use it? How good is it? So can we, do what you're doing?
I think there are better things that Octopizzo can champion rather than weed. Considering right now we have many issues in Kenya that we need a voice and a person to talk about. Weed is rather something that is not of urgency right now. When you look at, let's say, countries like the US, states like California that has legalized weed, it has come with a whole other issues of GMO weed, which one is the organic weed, what is the right way to take it, what other activations and other chemicals are put in these genetically modified weed, side effects that come to it, which we do not want to deal with that right now in Kenya. We have local people problems that we need to address. So let's
That's
champion.
The point you got. We gotta be Kenyans. We gotta be Kenyans.
Let's champion things that we can deal with.
Identify with right now.
I must clap for
Standing
it.
ovation over that.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the couple who went back to the streets. They lived in a decent house for 5 months, then back to the streets again. There you are.
Leo. I thought hard about that when I saw that story. I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday, and for them it was sort of coming out as a complaint that things they were promised when they were taken off the streets, dressed well, given a holiday to nice places. Be promised that they'll get a house and be paid for rent for 6 months, and they came out.
It was 5 months.
5 months, and they came out saying, these promises sounded so good, but some of them were never actually actualized. In terms of rent, they said three months were paid, the rest were not paid, and throughout as they followed whoever promised all those pledges.
But whoever promised the pledges, we all know the person who promised the pledge. We don't want to mention names here. Said that the couple was expecting more than they could actually give them.
And that's what I'm coming actually to. The fact that, yes, you have taken me off the streets. Yes, you have given me a house. Yes, you have promised me a job. But again, end of the day, I think life is a choice that you make. If you're giving me a good house and I choose to live in not so that kind of a house, if you give me some little money to start a business and I don't feel like starting that kind of a business, honestly, it won't happen. And I think the good efforts that will be made by this good person who's trying to get this couple out of the streets for good reasons, and we all admired that. The motives were good. But would there be a follow-up that would say that would make this a lifestyle for this couple?
But Queen, let me ask you, you know, you can help until where you can. Like acha mkono wako ifike mali inaweza ikifika kwa hii mfuko ya right, wacha ifike kwa right. Maybe this couple that was helping, you know, this street couple could only reach until maybe 2 centimeters or 2 kilometers. They couldn't go beyond. I mean, also the street couple needed to do something. Yes. To sustain them.
You know, Brenda, it's funny that this is coming out at a time when I think the Nairobian, no, I don't even think, the Nairobian highlighted this, almost a similar story last week about Githeri man and how, you know, all of a sudden he was basking in glory and fame.
After being awarded.
Yes, even got a presidential award, and he had even had a manager, for crying out loud. He had a Facebook page. Yes. So it's funny that this is coming out at a time when Githeri man's revelation also emerged. But what I can say is this. I have 2 points, and if Smita will allow me to finish. One is there are people who genuinely care about others' welfare, and they will reach out and assist. But there are also scammers. People who want to capitalize on the fame and the spotlight so that they can also enrich themselves and give themselves a name. Two, someone said, a smart person said, you teach a man how to fish, you don't give them fish. So in as much as all these other people, the Bonfire Adventures and everybody else, in as much as they were willing to, you know, come out and support this street family, I think the most important thing, and I hope this is a lesson for the future, whenever we want to help, let's not just focus on the surface. Let's get down to supporting these people and empowering them, even if it means taking them back to school, because you will give me rent for 5 months. After 5 months, I won't be able to sustain it.
So Smita, is it what empowerment was lacking?
No, it's just that it's the case of the Pharisees. Let's just be blunt. There are a lot of shows in this country.
Before you
no, they're Pharisees, because they want they just want to show off.
Yes.
Yeah, these people, and if I was a street person like that, I would think of it like a holiday. Yeah, you should think, or a fling.
Yes.
You should just know this life will never last.
Exactly.
Because people who are serious in society, like I was in a school called Stare. There are a lot of poor people. Wait, let me make my point.
Now we all know, including our viewers, know that you went to Starehe.
Brenda, can you be
You did not mention, you just said it aloud.
Let me make my point.
Kindly make your point.
A man like Griffin came to Kenya to torture blacks. He came to Kenya with the British Army to torture Mau Mau African boys. So you have like a Stevens there. But as you are interrogating him, you start saying, but this Mkamba is very bright. So his heart changed. You say, why can't I? Mkamba, hata kama anatupiga, and he can organize things. He has leadership skills. So you take a Stevens to like a teen heart, meaning you start educating him English, getting food and so on. And
so are you saying this couple didn't take advantage?
No, what I'm saying is that's what true philanthropists do.
Okay, let me get a sentiment.
This is a case of windfall where you get something that was not planned. When the couple wedded, the street couple wedded, they did not think guys are gonna come and help. It was their romance and they're gonna start their street life. When Githeri man was going to board, he did not know it's gonna escalate to something
and Kenyans
more.
had memes out
so
of
once you're there and you have all these things you're being given, even you're surprised at what is happening and at the rate of how fast the whole thing is happening. By the time you realize, everything is gone and you're back to the same situation where you started.
All right.
So I go back to Queen. They need training first before you fund them.
Yeah, before you
give them privileges.
1 million. Teach me how to use it.
You have taken.
No, teach
You're
me
very wise.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
So at that point to say, the show is over.
I am elder.
We can
Now, let's go to Prophetess Monica, the woman who claimed that she had not had sex for 11 years. Finally, comes out flaunting baby bam. Yes.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yes.
What's wrong with not having sex for 11 years?
Okay, thank you. Queen? Can I move to as you get your words right?
No. I'm happy for prophetess Monica. I'm also happy that if indeed she abstained for 11 years.
Why are you doubting?
No, I'm just saying because there's no way I can prove it. Yes, yeah.
But you see she's looking so good.
If indeed she abstained for 11 years before getting Mr. Right, then that is a positive image to people out here. We have people who are practicing secondary virginity. It is possible. It is doable. Prophetess Monica did it. She finally got married. Now she's expecting a baby.
But from 2008. When Obama was president, Obama has come. Oh, you haven't had sex. Obama has won a second term, no sex. Trump is almost to run.
No, I like where you're saying from 2000. And then you're admiring her photos.
You know, I just thought of 2008.
Let me make one more point. I think, you know, they say women are from Venus, men are from Mars. Is that what they say?
Yes.
We are wired differently. And for a woman, it's very easy to abstain for 11 years. I'm not so sure whether it is possible for a man, because I'm not a man. If you want to know how to do it, we can meet after the show. I'll explain.
So you'll abstain till 2030?
No, I'm saying it is possible. This is not a personal declaration.
Let me bring in when
I think those are very beautiful pregnancy photos and beautiful smiles and everything going on there. You're bringing forth life. That's
everything going on there.
You're bringing forth life. I mean, I'm talking as a father, and so that's the joy of, you know, a woman who wants to get a baby or something. I'm just talking about the same issue of abstinence. When we know that this show is being watched by, you know, families and people who believe religious truths and stuff, and we know that you're born and raised, the talk was abstain until the right time or until the right man. And so I think as a woman of God, she was right to tell us, really, I abstained for this long.
Preach it, brother, preach it.
And we were not there to know. Like Smita says, I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that.
Preach it, brother.
The question was, what was the motive behind you telling people how long you
Exactly, and that is what I wanted to ask.
We did the story. Let me just jump in. We did the story, and she said she had not found Mr. Right. She found she's a divorcee, right?
No, not sure.
I'm not so sure.
She was seeing someone, but it didn't work out. So she was waiting for the right person.
But you know, my question is, I like what Mondo has brought, because I'm just wondering, like, you've decided to abstain, like, should my neighbor know that I'm abstaining?
Yes, because she's a person of influence. Yes, she pastors a church.
No, why would somebody
like how many pastors do we have, Queen?
Exactly.
And they've abstained, and they don't just
maybe.
Okay,
maybe she's been observing what has been happening.
I just see as a person
I think the reason why she said she was abstaining, it's because when you talk about abstaining right now, it is shanda, where everyone is like, hey, Kwani, what are you doing?
Or not doing.
And then it's 11 years. But talking about abstaining, they say when you want to know the intentions of the right man, or who is going to stay, who is going to be proper in marriage, abstain. And then if he stays, that might be the right one.
Yes.
There is, you also get to know more things that are unfolding than rather than hitting you.
I don't like anything. I don't mind. I don't mind.
At 60-day rule.
90-day rule, yeah?
90-day
rule, yes. Have to wait, yeah.
Also, like people meet like now.
Yes.
Yes. And then you hang around.
90 days.
I think
a rule.
My concern is not like abstaining. It's good to abstain, yes. It's good to abstain, yes. People abstain for various reasons. People have their own reasons for abstaining. But the way it came out on social media, like it was like she was being praised, and it was like, oh, it was a talk of town. Yeah, like, oh, she's abstaining. Like it was like abstaining is such a.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal, yes. But it was more of. I thought
Brenda is very unhappy about us.
No, I thought it was getting out of hand because your personal life is your personal life. You don't have to.
People should abstain during Lent. Yes.
Okay.
Then now, on resurrection Sunday, you can resurrect your sex life.
Away from our hot topics. This is the man who was saying he doesn't have anything to say. Away from the hot topics. Now, let's let's have the conversation about our new baby. Yes. Who was?
We need to sing happy birthday for Steve.
And this is not after abstaining for 16 years. Because Pulse has been here for 16 years. So we'll be talking about we're waiting for another baby, 16 years old.
Yes. The thing is, you abstained for 16 years.
Yes.
And then, after 16 years, you gave birth to another baby.
Yes.
Doable. Yes.
Of course, very excited. And I was just going through my phone right now because this is Technology 2019. I was going through my phone and I just seen what was happening and what people should know we are talking about, and I know the screens will beam that.
This is the big reveal,
the Standard Group yesterday did launch a new magazine, which is a premium young man entertainment lifestyle magazine, which is actually entirely free. It is not just a magazine about Kenya and what you do here, it's a magazine for the entire
So the good thing is it will be free.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you know, you'd ask me what is there, I would tell you all the celebrity stories, lifestyles, you'd get them there. Everything music across the continent, you'll get it there. Everything that is fashion, all that glam, you'll get it there. Everything, fitness. I've seen a lot of gymming going on among us people in this place. Travel, adventure stories, and all those things that are good about life. Basically, we are saying that as a Standard Group, we have given you Pulse for all those years, which belongs to the young person.
You know, there's an important part you've not mentioned that will be in that magazine.
Yeah?
Food.
Food. Oh, yeah.
Yes, food.
How dare you?
Food and places, and you know, for guys who just like to know about, you know, things like football reviews and movies and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Everything good in life.
Yeah.
General
I mean, it was so
lifestyle
colorful because what I'm seeing, that was the place to be yesterday.
Yes.
Look at that.
I mean, even the dressing. What? People were dressing.
People looked good.
People are dressing to kill.
Everybody came through because we're saying this is the industry. And like I was saying, when you are 18 to 24, you discover our life is just, you know, you depend on your parents and all that. But when you get to now the 24s and to 35s, you discover that life belongs to me and I know what I want to do with it. I have some little money I'm making. I can make decisions for myself on where to go, where not to go. I mean, what to drink, what not to drink. And that's what this magazine is all about, just telling you, we're giving you your life.
Okay,
we're giving
and,
your life
and
to
let me
you.
bring in, let me bring in Boyo. I mean, entertainment editor. Like, what sort of entertainment stories will you be looking for? Because I mean, people will do scandalous things to appear in that magazine. I mean,
I'm gonna be looking at stories that are inspiring, because scandals are there. We see them online. Some of them actually are faked. Some of them are actually invented. But this one, we will have sit-down interviews, get to know celebrities deeper rather than what you see now.
you talk about celebrities,
There are some things they hide that you do not know. That is what Stevens will be showing. Yeah.
Okay. And I can see it will be so colorful.
Actually, it's not just will be, it's already colorful because what you're seeing is
what
right
I'm
there.
seeing, like, I can't wait to get a hold of it.
Actually, it is not just getting a hold of it. I know you will get copies in your favorite eateries and all those good hangout points you go. But again, it is not just a magazine that is just placed in those eateries. It is online. It has a digital version of it. And that's why you can see the flips showing you from page 1 all the way to 64. It is not just the magazine there. We are giving you the lifestyle that we're talking about in different segments on www.pulsar.co.ke. Just get there and find the entire lifestyle that we're talking about on a daily basis.
No, what I want to say is I'm looking forward to seeing the other side of celebrities.
Right.
Yes, getting to know, apart from what we see on social media and Instagram and Facebook, do they have anything else? Is there anything else about their life that is worth, reading? So, Steve-O.
And that's why we are, because the Pulse guy likes to know the little gossip, and this is why the Pulsar goes into depth and, see their private lives, go to their houses and see what they are doing, get actual with life, get in-depth stories on all these things we've been talking about all this time.
It looks lovely.
Yes, yes, we've spoken a lot about, our new product.
Baby.
Yes, our new baby, but we must not forget.
And you've given birth after 16 years.
Yes, the 16-year-old. We have a 16-year-old called Pulse, which we are also totally revamping.
But I hope the pulse won't die.
Of course not. Look at all that. How can this die?
We are revamping it.
Okay.
In fact, it's going to be like better segmented. It's going to be more controversial. So, like a typical 16-year-old should be.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thank you, Smita. Smita columnist. Thank you so much.
Yes, like a 16-year-old.
It's Quinta.
Yeah.
Oh, the Standard newspaper editor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are winding up.
We are winding up.
Yeah, we've run out of time, and of course,
Boyo.
Oh,
you want
yes.
to take it away?
we've actually run out of time.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, the Nairobian today gets to read our story, a banker by day, a killer by night. We are